Oh, I gotta have my Budweiser.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to the premiere of the Prowl Nation Roar, where you guys are the star of the show. We are going to be talking about all your favorite Detroit Lions news and rumors from your perspective because you guys get to join us now live on the show. The link is in the description and in the live chat. So if you want to hang out with us tonight and talk some stuff, we're going to be talking about expectations in minicamp and some concerns and questions we got going on. So click the link on the description and check, and then come on in. And you might have to follow some new instructions if you're new, but other than that, it's pretty easy. Just make sure that your camera ready because we don't want any more magic mics unsurprised and unquestioned. So, joining on the premiere tonight is our good friend Brian Stover. Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing really good. Been looking forward to this.
Absolutely. So, Brian, we there's some things going on with minicamp right now. We're going to see in minicamp coming up from June 6th through the 8th. And there's some concerns about Jared Goff, and the white boy can't find no rhythm.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
So,
he keeps missing on. I don't blame. What's the space? A little speedster there. Uh, you see the passes. He's missing them. He ain't got the arm to hit him.
go ahead, Brian.
What's that?
Sorry, my phone was going off with the show, so I wanted to cut that off in case there was any echoes. But yeah,
My,
Goff.
my main concern is we get Hooker in there next year. He's gonna be able to hit. What the hell's his name? A receiver that got the gambling problem. Damn it, I can't think of it.
JMO.
Yeah, JMO. If Hooker gets in there next year, I've heard even just standing still, he's hitting them. But Jared Goff, man, and I'm not trying to trash Jared. He's a good guy. But if you see in practice, he's missing them or he's underthrowing them. And, that's just not cool. A lot of people say, it's the receiver's fault. No, it's Jared Goff's fault. I'm not well, I guess I am trashing
But you know what though, J-Mo was running an insufficient route, and Jared Goff was signaling to him about where he should be going in OTAs. So
right?
is it Goff's fault or is it J-Mo? J-Mo's a big question. I mean, he didn't play last year because of that ACL. He had the gambling issue, so he's not going to be playing for the first 6 weeks of the season.
Right.
And how do you try to build any kind of team chemistry with someone that's not going to be able to play much, and then you've got all of these other wide receivers you've got to work with that are
Yeah.
new to the team as well.
Yeah. We're blessed with receivers, though. I mean, they're talking about getting a guy that played for the Cardinals, and we don't need what is his name, Hopkins.
uh yeah, I believe so. I think so.
Yeah, we don't need him. Hell, we're all set. We're all set with receivers. I mean, if
Yeah,
God,
there's 11 on the roster right now. But of course, some of them have issues. Marvin Jones, or who's the other one, or Josh Reynolds is expected to take JMO's spot.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
you know,
we're all set with receiver. And hell, Gibbs, there's another receiver right there, basically, receiver, running back. I think he's going to get a ton of yards. I think he may get more yards as far as catching, passes than he will running. I mean, this guy's a badass.
well, the star of this upcoming mandatory minicamp, where all eyes are on him, is our new rookie Jamar Gibbs.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to him. I think this guy, but we've been hearing ever since Barry Sanders, all these running backs. Yeah, this guy's gonna be great. That guy's gonna be great. But I think this one may actually be great. I hope I don't eat my words, but I think this will be the guy. I think this he's not going to be Barry Sanders. No, but I think we'll finally have somebody out there that can do something and not
Mm.
get hurt. That's the problem. All these damn running backs, they get hurt all the time.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's Jamar Gibbs. There's David Montgomery's going to be expected to take a lot of time on the field, hopefully. So that should be a good thing. Maybe we can do a Swifty Shaggy type of thing, swaggy with him, with Montgomery and Gibbs together.
Right? Exactly. Yeah, I've been thinking that myself. Yep.
So let's say hi to the Prowl Nation chat real quick. We've got Paul Rose. We talk about roaring in a new era. Of course, we lost Kurt, but we'll see him again, and we lost Chris Mike, but we'll see them both again. Dan Spanos, hey, what's up? Detroit Fan Man says this Lions avatar background is tripping me out. Hey, we're on the prowl. We're roaring tonight, you guys. So you know. So, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell so that you can support what we're doing here in this whole new era. Now, Dan Spanos is saying, why would we want a Hall of Famer on the team? LOL. That's what we're talking about, Hopkins.
Why would we want a Hall of Famer on the who in the hell? Who in the hell? Excuse my language, Dan. I mean, you're a great guy. Who in the hell would want a Hall of Famer on their team?
Detroit Fan and it says so. D Hop isn't a need, sure, but he would cause an unprecedented level of excitement. I'm not certain we would know how to act with that much expectation. You know what? I think he would be too much of a distraction. To be honest, I don't. I think that this team, Brad Holmes is building this team young. He's building this team to last for a wide period of time, and you've got to let these rookies get this spot. Ooh, look who coming up in the chat tonight. It is our favorite lovable chocolate teddy bear who steals all the women's underwear. LL Cool Torrance. How are you doing tonight?
I would like to apologize to everyone. I supremely forgot. I was sitting down. I turned on YouTube on the TV, and the first thing that popped up was Prowl Nation Roy Premiere, and I said, "Oh shit." So my apologies, everyone, but I am here. Happy Monday.
It's all right. It's one of those good things. We were talking about some minicamp concerns tonight, and the first thing up on the deck is white boy having no rhythm. Jared Goff struggling in the OTAs, and got some big expectations for him coming up in the minicamp. What are your thoughts on Jared Goff and his issues? Will he regress? Will he improve? What do you think is going to happen?
I would like to see him. You know what? Yeah, either improve or stay as close to the positive from last year as possible. It was a lot of positive. It was some negative. In the beginning, those games that we were losing by 3 and 5 and however many points. Those kind of close games, we were only losing because, like I like to joke and say, our Jared Goff was so good he was throwing touchdowns to the other team. But as long as he can, keep the turnovers limited, and stay within whatever they're asking him to do, I feel like his success is very integral into our success. So I want him to improve. So I think he'll show some slight improvement. So like I said, we'll just stay as close to the positive from last year. You just got to limit the turnovers and everything like that. I've been hearing that as well, that he ain't been doing so well in the OTAs, but it's OTAs. I don't really care yet.
Yeah, well, he did throw an interception to Kirby Joseph. So
I've been reading the articles and stuff, and I like to think of it as maybe our defense is just a step ahead right now.
Yeah, but excuse me, but what my worry is Every time Goff has a good year, he turns around and sucks the next year, and that's a big worry for me. And just think if Taylor Decker goes down, his blinds, just if you know Taylor Decker goes down and he's injury prone, Decker is, and Goff cannot handle pressure. We're in trouble. I'm worried about that. Plus our run defense. Oh my God, our run defense. If that's not solved, we're going to suck again. And, I know I'm talking negative, but hey, I'm a Lions fan.
No, I get it. I mean, the good thing with that is, if you allow me to respond, the good thing with that is, we trying to shore those things up. We got big Broderick Martin. I personally have high expectations for him. He's on my watch list. Like I'm rooting for Big Dog. I think he's gonna have a good year for us. And what was the other? Well, I forgot what else. I forgot what else you said. My bad. But about the tackle injury issues. You're right, right? But
Yeah.
I think that's what Brad and them is gearing us up for those type of situations, because we drafted Kobe Sorsdal. I don't really know what he's gonna be, but worst case scenario, we already seen Panay Sewell play left tackle, so he can go over there and Sorsdal can play right tackle. At least in my mind, the right tackle is as far as importance goes for a right hand. I mean, yeah, for a right-handed quarterback, a right tackle is we can't have anybody, but it's less important to have a great player there. If you got a serviceable right tackle, you'll get by. As long as he can run block, I feel like you can get by. With a left tackle, he got to be able to, keep him clean, like, keep his backside clean. So
I totally forgot about that. Panay Sewell, he can play left tackle too.
yeah, and he played it well too.
Yeah, and it looks like he's been stepping up in OTAs as well. So we'll see how well he can develop over these next 3 days as well. So we've got Zach J in the building. Welcome to the Prowl Nation.
What's up, Zach J?
And guess who's in the building? Our main man, Kurt Steele. What up, dog?
What's up, my dog, Kurt?
He gets to enjoy the other side of the screen tonight. He had to pick on you though. He says that Tupperware T-shirt exchange owner coming in hot. So Cap Ice Cold, going back to our Lions content, Cap Ice Cold says, I don't think the offense is struggling. From my understanding, they've been throwing out new items for the new people coming in. Well, there was some struggle in the OTAs because he was throwing to Reynolds and I know J-Mo was a big concern, but Reynolds was having some problems, and a few other people were as well that were already here. So, yeah, there's some offensive struggling going on, and I don't know how well that's going to continue to go, if they can work that out, if they can gel, if they can mesh together.
By the way, Kurt, that was an excellent article you had about why the Lions, they could struggle. You had an article why they could be good, but yeah, that one about how they could struggle, I thought that was totally awesome.
There has been some talk and rumors going around that Jared Goff could have a regression year this year. That it's very possible, and we hope not to see that. I think there is a lot of newness to this team, which is part of the struggle. But I think there's a lot more going on that they need to address to get Goff on this. Goff needs to step up a little bit more and show more leadership skills to get these guys on track.
Does it matter at all that it's just OTA? Like maybe I need to take this more serious, but I don't care. If they came out and said Jared Goff was looking like primetime Peyton Manning, I would laugh and I would say it's OTAs. I care more when it's more serious. Like they just, I don't know. Like you said, like they might just be working stuff out. It ain't all in the plans yet. It's hey, let's. I don't know how it goes. I've never been involved in an NFL minicamp or OTAs and nothing like that. So maybe they just like, hey, we're gonna try these few things out to see what's going on. Hey, we want to work on the defense this week. Let's try, or this day. Let's try XYZ. And the defense might be passing the test. Like whatever they're throwing out there to test the defense, they might be passing the test. I don't know. I truly just don't care yet.
Like Kurt wants to point out real quick that Jim always said that the most popular player on the team is the backup quarterback.
Yeah, and that's how about that? Suffield, I've read and heard that Suffield is doing all right. I don't care because we know what Suffield is.
Suffield threw multiple incompletions as well during the OTA. So
you gotta wonder with Hendon Hooker, if a couple months ago they said that his doctor said that he would be cleared, totally healthy by the first game. Is there something that's being secretive that this guy could possibly play sometime during the season, but they're just not saying anything?
I don't know. He was on the sidelines during OTA. He did not practice. But he's not expected. Hooker is not expected to play this year, but I think that you probably could see him if the Lions later on in the season get into these games where they can get a big jump lead and Goff can take off some time in the fourth quarter or something like that. It all depends on how well this injury is going to heal up and how fast. ACLs are difficult to work with.
Well, it's just my point is what the doctor said a couple months ago. He said by the beginning of the season, Hendon Hooker would be totally healed. Maybe they're living off of that for the second string quarterback. I might be 100% wrong, but he did say that. And if that's true, shoot, he may be the backup, and he might end up sometime. Say Goff is struggling, which I'm sure he will, unfortunately. Throw Hendon Hooker in there. Maybe I'm looking at a dream scenario, and he lights the whole damn thing up. Who knows? We'll see what happens.
Sit him. I feel like so far we've seen a trend towards that. J-Mo last year, we kept hearing that he might be ready earlier than what he was, and they got him ready on their own pace. So I don't think we need him yet. So just let him get all the way right and kind of do let's say if he is able to play this year. We've seen teams do it to where like if ideally, let's say we already got some things wrapped up and we can sit some guys at the last game of the season, maybe give them a shot then. We helped Matt Flynn get a contract behind that kind of situation. So maybe we'd be so set around that time that Hendon can come in and get a little bit of playing time toward the end of the year. But I hope that we won't need him this year. Sit him and let him get right.
Yeah. I just want to say one thing. You guys probably weren't even watching football back then, but back in 1981, I know Dan Spanos remembers this, Kurt remembers this, but 1981, I think it was, Gary Danielson, he was a loser quarterback, in my opinion, like Goff, and he got hurt. And Eric Heppel, he had never had any experience. He was the holder, for the kicker. They threw him in there on Monday Night Football. He ran for 3 touchdowns. He threw for 3 touchdowns, ran for 2. And after that, he was a hell of a quarterback. He wasn't no Stafford or anything, but, like usual Lions teams, they never built nothing around him. I'm thinking, a dream scenario would be something like that with Hooker. I don't want Goff to go down, but say he does go down. Hooker comes in and does like Hibble does, comes in there and just lights it up. Man, we almost won the division that year, too. If Freddie Scott would have caught that damn pass in the end zone, it bounced off his damn chest. If he would have caught that, we would have won the division, but it bounced off his chest in the end zone, and the damn Buccaneer picked it off. Man, we lost. But I'm just saying, that would be a dream scenario. I'm imagining Hooker coming in and just lighting it up and taking the whole damn thing over. We'll see what happens. We'll see.
Word.
I don't think that's going to be this year, but I do see it at some point that Hooker will be able to step up and do that. I just don't know if that's going to be this year.
Yeah, I agree.
So Shaman was bringing up about Goff that he thinks I think he doesn't have a regression problem. I think McVay was the problem because Stafford also struggled his second year with the Rams before getting injured. But Goff's been here more than 2 years, right?
This is third year.
Yeah, this is his third year.
No.
So he shouldn't be having, any regression problems because he's been under 3 years. But there's been a lot of talk that he could. So, we'll have to see what Ben Johnson does here as far as tweaking that offense. Like he was saying that he's going to bringing them back to basics. So, it's a whole lot of new guys on the field. They gotta go all the way back and start at making that bread fresh. So
yeah, I mean one thing I'm kind of looking forward to is or to see rather, not necessarily looking for, but I'm checking for is if like the connection between Goff and whomever, rather it be Reynolds, rather it be J-Mo, however it's got to go. Because last year, during training camp and all that stuff, we saw the videos and we heard about the connection that was Goff and Chart. So maybe we'll see something in or something. I don't, because that's one of the things I kept hearing. I keep reading and hearing is Goff and J-Mo's connection isn't there, and hopefully it improves. Is all I say.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions about J-Mo and with all of that stuff going on, with him liking Lamar Jackson thing and that being downplayed by the Lions, to the gambling, to the not playing last year. For me, I'm kind of catching Akuda vibes off the man.
Yep, me too. Yeah.
My question is, and this is who I feel like they put too much stock in the stuff that don't matter. Who cares that he liked the tweet? Of course, I don't play for the team, but did y'all hear what I said when Lamar Jackson could have possibly been here? Do y'all remember what I was saying about Goff? I've been trying to get rid of Goff since he's been here. I don't. Okay, like he just liked the tweet, man. Yeah, Lamar Jackson, in however many people's eyes, is probably the better quarterback than Jared Goff. Who cares, man?
Yeah, a lot of fans like to look for any kind of thing that they can, conspiracy theory about. So I don't see too much. If it was just that alone, I wouldn't be concerned. But with all of the other stuff, I mean, and with the suspension itself, I know that they just released information today that there were reports that a lot of players across multiple teams, when they surveyed them, did not know about this gambling policy and the specifics of it. But yet I'm still calling BS because apparently these young guys never watched the show Reading Rainbow. Because I literally found this within 5 seconds and it's clearly listed there. So you didn't read your handbook, buds.
And that's probably a reality. We know. I won't say the industry that I could say what the industry I work in. I won't say I work in. I work in the mortgage industry. And I make jokes to my coworkers like, if I was buying a home, and I didn't know no better, like if I not knowing what I know, I would be terrified to have some of these brokers and title agents as my representation because they don't you could send them an email and tell them step by step what to do, and they'll still call you and say, "What do I got to do?" So you're right. It just happened, man. People don't read.
Yeah. Another problem is you got these kids basically making millions of dollars. And, that's a problem right there too. I have to admit that if I was a millionaire at that age, I may have a gambling problem. If it wasn't a gambling problem, I'd have some kind of damn problem with that.
Yeah, I don't. Now that's the only thing though. Like I feel like some things because I don't know like the details on some of these suspensions and stuff. Like I was watching we were heavyweights earlier and they were talking about the coach player that just got suspended. And
yeah, and that's the thing is you got these young guys that you can give them a little bit of excuse for not reading the handbook. But what is up with these staff and coaches that should know better?
My only it's like because it's alleged that the coach player, the young guy, he was betting on football. Like in my mind, that's like a given. If you play football, you probably shouldn't bet on it. And so that's where it's like some people just don't use common sense. So
yeah, but see, everybody might know that you're not supposed to bet on football, but you can't. They may not know that you can't bet on other
That's right.
sports as well.
Everything else is you probably still should know, but the one thing that you should know, for like at least in my mind, the one you should know beyond a shadow of a doubt, is you can't bet on football. Like, because if you are sports and you watch ESPN at a certain time of year, you'll know that Pete Rose was suspended or can't never be recognized by the Hall of Fame because he bet on baseball, and that term is said repeatedly: bet on baseball, bet on baseball, bet on baseball. So if you've ever watched ESPN and you heard that, even if you didn't, just in my mind, I would think like, I know I probably can't bet on the sport that I play. I would probably think that, even if I didn't know anything about Pete Rose. But with people's knowledge of that kind of stuff, like that's just the given. The one thing that's given. All of the other rules is whatever, if you inside, outside, the left side of the court, whatever it is, you can make the bet outside, whatever it is, all of that could get a little tricky, maybe, right? But I just think the one given is you can't bet on football if you're a football player. So
Right.
them type of dudes I don't really have an excuse for.
Yeah, all right. CJ Gerald, welcome to Prowl Nation, says, as a teacher, I no way everyone read the booklet, which is true. I don't think everybody read the booklet,
I agree.
but the coaches and staff should have. And the fact that there's questions, the fact that there's maybe another round of these allegations coming forth pretty soon, and more suspensions on the way. Clearly, something's not right, though.
Man, everybody, it's everywhere. I'm gonna be honest. I would like it if you play a sport, you can't bet on it. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe that's the wrongest way you could think about it.
They are allowed to bet. With all of these sports betting apps, they are allowed to bet on other sports. They just can't do that while they're basically on the clock, whether if they're traveling with the team, whether they're,
it's like it's
on the parking lot in the facility.
If any of y'all's ever been in any trouble, right? And you get put on probation, a lot of people see probation as like a trap or a setup, because you have to walk the straightest line possible. Not. I know it's probably a bad analogy here comparing that to a betting policy, but it seemed like the line might be, you got to walk a very, 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 very narrow line on that. Like you said, like you can't be, and a lot of it makes sense too, though. Let me say that part. A lot of this stuff, it makes sense. Like, yeah, you can't bet. Why are you doing these things? Or why are you at the whatever? So that's why I say probably just make it so they can't bet. I think that would just make it clear, maybe to cause more issues if they say that. So I apologize in advance. But in my mind, just if you play sports, just don't maybe not bet or something. I don't know. I feel like this is gonna be a way bigger issue than what it needs to be.
And I brought up this point before that Gerald is talking about here. I could see them thinking they were good if they were in the car or whatever. Is that the case? And I brought this scenario up in defense of JMO, that this could be the possibility. Now, if players are leaving the facility, they're in their vehicles, they may think that as soon as they head out that parking lot, they can flip that app open and do what they want. However, if you've ever owned a phone, okay, and done anything and ever like called for an Uber or something, that little pin is not always accurate. And that phone will pin you in that parking lot even if you're not in it.
Something else that maybe could have happened, and this might be a reach, so I apologize in advance, but similar to what you said, the same thing, sometimes when you leave the building, you might not disconnect from the Wi-Fi. So what if that's an issue? They might be across the street and the Wi-Fi is so good, you still might be connected. I don't know. I'm not a professional athlete, and I don't really bet like that. I will bet, but I don't. So it's not that hard for me not to bet. So just not bet.
Yeah, I think that we're going to see a lot of changes with that. It's Cap Ice Cold is bringing up their heads swollen in the beginning. They have so much thrown at them that half the time they don't even know what their name is, let alone the team, and read and learn and read a 1,000-page book. Well, they got to read a playbook. If they can read a playbook, maybe we have to draw pictures for them. I don't know, but basically put up a sports betting app thing and just with the line across it. No, I don't know. In big print,
something.
I
Maybe restricted to, since these apps is real sophisticated. Like a lot of this technology behind these apps is real sophisticated. So maybe make it so it block.
Yeah.
And if it maybe it make it block certain emails from betting certain things or something. I don't know. It's like I said, I think this is gonna turn into some way bigger than what it ever need to be.
Yeah.
right.
They just gotta somehow stop this whole thing. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but it's just gotta be stopped. I mean, it sounds simple, like I'm saying. What I'm saying sounds simple, but they got the NFL seems like they think that they can do anything. Well, actually, they can. Come to think of it, they just got to stop this shit. It's ridiculous.
I agree.
Okay, so make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. This is the Prowl Nation World. We want to hear your thoughts. We're sharing your thoughts as well tonight. If you want to join us live, there is a StreamYard link in the description and in the live chat. Feel free to click on that, and it'll bring you backstage, and we'll bring you on the show so you can share your thoughts about what we are talking about tonight. The next thing that we have for a mini camp concern is the growth of the secondary on the defense.
Oh, yeah.
The blind ballerinas of the backfield, Brad Holmes has brought in a whole lot of new depth to this secondary. We've got a lot of things going on. We got Kirby Joseph showing off in OTAs, trying to make a name for himself. We've got a whole, slew of guys trying to battle for positions. What are your guys' concerns with the secondary here as we head into minicamp?
I personally have always. I just got to tell you, Val. When you say blind ballerina, I laugh my ass off every time.
That's a good one.
That's pretty much true what it's been. But my concern. I know we picked up some kick-ass defensive backs and corners and all that stuff. But how fast is it going to gel? We're going to go up against the Chiefs to start the season. Now these, and I, by the way, Val, I know if I remember right, you don't like Kirby Joseph.
I'm not his biggest fan. No.
I'm Kirby. I like Kirby a lot, and my biggest worry is how maybe by next year, not next year, mid-season, late season, they'll gel. But I think we're gonna. I hate to say it. I think we're gonna suck the first 5 or 6 games like we did last year. I really do. I think we're gonna suck for those. They got to gel, and we'll see. I love Dan Campbell. Maybe he needs to get out on the damn field. That's what he needs to. He looks
well.
Like
he has been out in before. Well, in practices and OTAs, getting in there with the guys. I don't think he's legally allowed to do that during the game, but
wouldn't that be something? The first NFL coach to actually get out there and just play one. Well,
throw off his headset like I'm in.
maybe put AG out there. AG was a very good secondary player.
Well, he's not really good coach, but I mean,
he ain't had much. He ain't had much to coach up. It's getting there. But I guess to answer the question, my concern, and this ain't really a concern. My concern is what if everybody start to play well? I've seen and heard good things about Iffy. Iffy started to play well toward the end of last year. He hopefully is going to be healthy. That's another safety or whatever in the hell to add to the bunch. You got CJ, GJ. You got Kirby. You got Tracy Walker. We got, of course, the new guys, Cam Sutton and Emmanuel Mosley. It's a lot going on. One of my favorites from last year that I really want to see do something is Chase Lucas. So we still got seatbelt gang. What's my man? Lil Jerry, Jerry Jacobs.
Jerry Jacobs, yeah.
And shout out to Coach Mike. We got his play cousin, Willie Earl. Will Harris. So what if all these guys take a necessary? I won't even say a whole step. Like, what if some of them take a half step? What if more of them take a step and a half forward. It's not going to be a problem necessarily, but who you going to play? Like how many guys you going to put out there? You can't put all the DBs out there because then they just going to run it down our throat. I mean, I know they wouldn't do that anyway, but so that's my concern, I guess, is where you going to play these guys? Who all is going to play? What position are they going to play? Because we play Iffy outside. We played them at safety. I don't know what else we might try him at. So Will Harris even played all over the place. So that's my concern is
I don't see Will Harris making it.
For some of these guys.
I don't see Will Harris making it.
I give you a perfect scenario for Will Harris because maybe not, right? I think Will Harris is going to stick around and be a coach.
That could be. I mean, they can't seem to get rid of the guy.
Right. So he might know the system. He might just can't.
If you can't coach, so well. If you can't play coach,
if you can't do teach, so maybe.
I don't know, but there is a lot of concerns though with especially at the safety and cornerback positions because we got all these new guys. Two of our main signings in the offseason have been 1-year contracts. Yeah. The other one's not so well. What do we do with Iffy? Do we keep him? Do we move him back over to cornerback because we got the safety position getting all kinds of battles going on when you've got Iffy there, you've got Kirby Joseph, you've got Tracy Walker trying to make a comeback, you've got all of these guys. There's way too many men for the spots available. Yeah,
we do have a lot. We got a shitload of players there. You're right on that.
And I think it is a real possibility that they might take a step forward. You know what I'm saying? Everybody might be in position to play well this year. I'm hoping at least.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, there's a lot of concerns. There's still some injuries going on in there. It's going to be a thing to watch over the next 3 days of who is going to be winning these battles. Okay, so if we're looking at these two spots being battles, who do you think wins the battle at safety?
Oh, that's a good one.
It all depends on who healthy. If
Tracy Walker.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll let you go first.
You're saying Tracy Walker, Brian?
Tracy Walker. Yeah, I like Tracy Walker. I'm a Tracy Walker fan. I know Val isn't, but I am.
No, I think Walker needs a Walker. He's going to be signing his contract to the nursing home. I think he's out of here. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't like the guy. I think I like him as a player, but I just don't see him as a very strong leadership type. For me, I would like to see Brian Branch come out there and blow everybody out of the water and be like, I'm taking the spot. That's what I want to see.
And I forgot to mention his name. We got so many guys, man. But of course, some of these guys ain't for to play a major role this year. A burn, some injury or whatever in the hell. But I think if everybody's healthy, I don't know if everybody's healthy.
That hurt?
I don't know. I think it is because let us not forget, Tracy Walker, especially I know it was a 3-13 season, before, whatever happened to him. He was playing all right. Tracy Walker always been playing okay, and that I feel like with more talent around, his okay would show even more. You know what I'm saying? Because before his okay was like, oh, look at Tracy Walker. Now it'd be look at everybody because Tracy Walker doing what he's supposed to do, and now everybody else is doing what they're supposed to do too. But I don't know because I don't think we're gonna play 3 safeties, not starting. Maybe they do. Maybe no. I don't know.
They could possibly do a mix and match because of the way that Tracy Walker and Brian Branch kind of play different kind of roles at safety. You see the guys, it's kind of a split mix where some of them are the bend don't break kind of come back to and then the other ones are like Brian Branch are more aggressive in the slot. You could see a mix and match with the Lions as far as that secondary is concerned, which is a good thing. Like our law firm guy, Joseph Murdoch, we like to pick on you a lot. It says competition in depth. When was the last time we could say that about the Lions in the same sentence?
Really? Yep.
So, I mean, it gives a lot more versatility and a lot more options. And that's why I think that this is going to be an interesting battle at that safety position to see if they were going to mix and match the guys, if they're going to, introduce some different plays in the playbook. As far as the defense, it looks like the defense is eating up pretty good in practice so far. So we'll see what happens. Now, cornerback, who do you think got that? Who do you think won in that battle?
Oh, gosh.
If everybody healthy, I'm gonna go with Cam Sutton and Lil Jerry. I think they're gonna give Lil Jerry every opportunity to play and to show what he can do.
Yeah, I'll go with Cam Sutton. I don't know about the other side, but definitely Cam Sutton. I'll go with that.
I want to see if he come back and smoke with these guys and take back his spot, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I'm unfortunately going to have to go with Cam Sutton. I'm not that thrilled, but I mean, we'll see. I don't really know the guys, so I'm not really down in them. Don't think that I hate them or don't like them. I have to watch them play a little more so that I know, what my expectations are of them. So I haven't really got to see a whole lot of them on the field. So I'm going to reserve any kind of judgments in that respect. But that cornerback has been a really hard spot for the Lions to kind of address and settle and put that in concrete
for years.
Yeah. So and then we got to worry about this defensive line, guys. And
well, I'm glad you brought that up, Bill.
Let's talk defensive line and linebackers here.
I am really, really, really concerned about Lee McNeil. He shed all that weight, and now I guess he's pure muscle. That could make him more injury prone, actually.
Yes, it could.
Yeah, and I'm really curious how he turns out. When we first got him, I don't know how many of you guys remember, but we had Jerry Ball back in the early 90s and late 80s. I thought this guy is going to turn out to be another Jerry Ball. Nothing cutting down Lee McNeil, but at the same time, he's not going to be a Jerry Ball, unfortunately. I can see that right now. I'm not saying it's going to be bad. The guy is good, but he's not Jerry Ball.
Right. He gonna be the dream, man. This is where I have the least concerns, in my opinion, because you got most of the guys back, and we seen what happened. Maybe I just keep thinking that how when they played well, I think that's what's gonna translate to this season, like the whole team, the whole defense rather, because they played well for a few weeks in a row, but. If like defensive line, man, nah, man, you got to lean and Bugs, probably gonna be your starters. You got Hutch and whomever is gonna be on the opposite side. Maybe they start James Houston. You might start Pascal. You might start Romeo Quara. Either way, I'm okay with that because all the pressure is going to go, or all the attention is going to go towards Aline and Hutchinson. So everybody else on that defensive line should be able to, step up into whatever role is presented. They'd be able to, take advantage of that. And I think they got some guys to do that. I feel like the plan is to they have a certain plan, and we've seen that. We kept hearing. They told us they was gonna move Aleem off the nose. They did it. They drafted the guy so they don't have to put him back on the nose. And that guy is a big, strong one. Aleem McNeil is a big, strong one. He might just be a little bit quicker than Broderick Martin. So I think that tandem is going to be nice. I'm looking forward to them two being on the field, but I have the least concerns about the defensive line.
I have the least concerns about Aleem McNeil and Isaiah Buggs and all of them guys, but I do have some concerns with some linebacker situation when you still got Anal Zone over there dancing around. And I'm sorry, I'm never going to like him. I don't like him. I did not like Mr. Maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know what the hell. I don't care about him at all. And then Jack Hamill's been struggling to get to learn his stuff. So, and getting smoked by Laporta in practices. So, what are we doing here?
Well, the thing I like about Annalise or whatever the hell his name is, he's not a good. Well, he's just an average player. I agree, but he's fiery as hell. I think he really fires up that defense somewhat. I mean, if you watch the guy, which we all do, I mean, he's really he pumps the team up. He's fiery as shit. I really I like that about him. I'm glad we still got him. I'll be honest with you.
Right. I'm okay. I'm okay with Anzalone, man. He ain't the best, but he fit with us. He played okay, and when he took a step forward, the defense took a step forward. Everybody started playing all right. So as long as he can keep it going, of course, I'm okay with Anzalone, man. Jack Campbell here, rookie, he got to get some stuff figured out. I heard the same stuff, Laporta out there, juking him out his shorts and everything. What if Laporta's just that good? You know what I'm saying? Or what if Jack Campbell might struggle with that. It's one of the it's on the Blake Corum highlight tape when he juked his ass. I mean, we juked him and it was real bad. It was just him and Blake. It was just Jack Campbell and Blake Corum in the hole, and that didn't go well. So he might struggle with that kind of stuff. But as long as that's all that he struggles with, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I've heard about that. Yep.
But here,
Yep.
rookie,
Yeah.
he'll get it figured out. As long as the plan is to get him, what I'm saying, to where those things ain't gonna kill him so much. But I don't. Here, rookie, man, he'll get it figured out.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I'm expecting more from Derek Barnes this year. I'm expecting more from
Yeah.
Rodrigo this year. So
He played. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, LL. I read today that he was playing. Derek Burns is playing with the first team defense.
let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Double nickel
That was
5-5
Jim's
on it.
guy. That was Jim's guy. I mean, we're still rooting for you, Barnes, to step up.
Val, you just took the words out of my mouth. Every time I see or hear about Derek Burns, I think of Jim. Every time.
Mm-hmm.
He had that shirt, Derek Burns, and
Yep, he had the Derek Barnes jersey. Yep. Mm-hmm.
yep, yep,
Yeah. Now, and he said he's like, and it was interesting when he got the Derek Barnes jersey because you got to get a jersey for a guy, and he's like of all the guys that I would absolutely trust to still be here at the time when the guys were signed was Derek Barnes.
yep.
So that's why he got that.
Shout out to Jim.
So that is why that jersey was selected for him. And then my Iffy jersey pretty much has now become a washcloth because Iffy changed his number on me. Boy, okay, but still, so. But the other thing that is a concern for many Lions fans is Hutch. And Hutch being able to step up more this year. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Oh, I'm not worried about that at all. I think he will step up. He's a badass. I don't know how much you can cuss on YouTube, so I'm trying to keep it down. But he's a badass. I'm not worried about him stepping up at all. No, he's fine. And
I'm not.
So is Houston. So is Houston. So Houston's going to kick ass too.
I'm not concerned about Hutch because I feel like I forget whoever it was, but they came out and they said the thing that you should do for Aiden Hutchinson is build around him. I think they're doing that. They got some guys that can win one-on-one on the opposite side because they're gonna have to double team him. You got moving Aleem off the nose and putting him at the 3. You can't step up because who you gonna step up to? Either Broderick Martin and we don't know what he's gonna be yet, but Bugs and or Kaminsky and then Dream. You can't step up in the pocket. You ain't gonna have much wiggle room on the outside. So I think they're building to make him his impact a little bit better. I personally, we got to see him get those almost sacks. He had like 30 of them, like where he almost was there.
Right.
I know he won't have 30 sacks, but let's say if he turned 30 of them almost into, let's say, 3 more sacks. He had 9.5 or whatever it was last year. He can get up to 12.5, 13 sacks, whatever it is. Along the defensive line, he's the person that I have the second least concern about. Number one is the Dream. I think he's gonna be out there pushing them around, and I think Hutch is gonna take a step forward from what he did last year.
Yep, I agree with you. Yep, I tell you, guys, I like a lot. His name isn't brought up a lot. Isaiah Bugs. I think he's a badass too. But yeah,
Oh no, Bug solid. Bug super solid.
I agree with you 100% LL on the defensive line. This defensive line, I'm not worried about it. It could be one of the best in the NFL, in my opinion. I'm worried about the run, but at the same time, I know I'm contradicting myself. I guess just for so many years, that damn offensive line or defensive line. I mean, you know, uh, like the Carolina game. But that was last year. Screw it. It's a new year. You know.
And I mean, I'm with you. I hated that game. I don't like excuses either, but it is a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that kind of stop it is like they all played on the same field, and they was able to kick your ass on that field. But I don't. Whatever. I ain't really tripping on that because we play Carolina again, and it ain't gonna be that temperature. It ain't gonna be the same scenario. So
I can't wait for that. Yeah.
Brent DeWitt said Hutch looks jacked this spring. I think all the ladies are going to be looking for that abs shirt with those abs from the Hard Knocks last year. Dale says Hutch is going to be great. Opposing offenses have to worry about Houston, Pascal, and Hutch.
I like Pascal's another one that I'm looking forward to. Pascal a rough one, man. If y'all remember last year on the show, I called it out. I think it was against Dallas. He choke slammed Dak Prescott. He be body slamming people. Like I like Josh Pascal, man.
Yeah, I forgot about him too. By the way, hey, something I want to tell everybody. This is really funny. I'm a landlord, and I found out that I didn't know it. It's a female, and I found out that what the deal was. She had a female move in. I'll make this quick. She had a female move in with her, and she's a Packers fan. So I swear to God, I raised her rent by $100. We got into it. I said, "You're a Packers fan. I raised the damn rent $100."
Well, I hope they're not watching this.
Oh, screw 'em.
It's FTP at the headlines of the Prowl every day. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell, guys. And let's talk about Levi on Sarique. We know he's done, but he was on. He was on the sidelines during practices in OTAs. So that's an interesting scenario right now.
Yeah, I'm rooting for him, and that's all I can really say. I don't know about old Levi, man. I want it to work for him so bad, but I don't know because I have the word is not positive about him. He have issues with stretching and moving, and that's what they say. Once your back go, it'll never be right. So, God bless him is all I say.
Yeah, I agree with that. I personally, Mr. Negative again. I mean, this is a man's game, and he's hurt pretty bad. I think he's done. I really do. I do.
Possibly.
Yeah, we wish him all the best, though. I mean, it is a rough thing to do. It is, it's just he's just a victim of the sport, and things like that happen.
Yeah.
But we've got one more freaky deaky thing that we're looking into for mandatory minicamp, and that is an interesting battle that the Lions haven't had in quite a minute. The kicker battle.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
The kicker battle. What is going on with the kicker situation? Romo outshone. Was it? I think that's his name, Romo, right? Outshone Patterson in OTAs. And you've got Batchley that's did not participate. So we've got all of this drama going on with the kicker situation coming into minicamp.
I think whoever did this was bored. Because why they do this? Like I don't get this. Like who every year I forget who it was. It was one of them sports dudes used to say kickers kickers shouldn't be a part of football, and they're not football players. Kickers don't even matter. They must believe this because every year they just do some stuff to rile them up some. I don't know. Basley was okay. They got rid of Riley Patterson for a reason, right? So I don't know. And then the new guy, he allegedly supposed to be able to, bang it from 60 plus. So I don't know. I feel like this might be. I don't know. It's all for competition. But maybe I don't know. I just leave it there. It's all for competition. So may the best man win.
What's that guy they just brought back? Riley, something like
Yeah,
that.
right. I think I might say his name wrong. Yeah, Riley Patterson.
Yeah, well, at least he can kick the ball.
He did miss. He did miss. He did miss a few compared to. I mean, Romo did a perfect
Well,
record.
the thing is, would they give up a seventh round pick to bring him back?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you're going to give up any kind of pick, I think that kind of leans towards the guy that they're going to, start. I'm picking right now. Riley will be
Ask Trinity Benson about that. Like I thought that too. Like they traded for Trinity Benson. He's going to play.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was a nightmare. Is he still with? He ain't with us anymore, is he?
I don't know.
I think he still is.
Really?
I'm not 100% positive on that. Don't fact check me, but I don't remember
think he is,
him.
but I don't know.
I don't remember seeing his name cut down off because I don't know. Hell, who do we know if he's back or not? Because damn, he's been here like 3 damn times
He
and done nothing every single time. So he's just like he's like a Will Harris situation to me. I'm like, why? I didn't even know why he came to the Lions in the first place. I was like, what the hell is this about? I have no idea. Yeah, Giovanni says, "Yep, he's still with us."
Well,
he's on the practice squad. So, why are you here?
It's another body. He should know the playbook better than some of the new guys. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he'd just be a camp body. I don't know. But
he should know. But he's had 3 separate opportunities to be on the field and do something, and has done.
Right. I mean, if you look at it from the positive side, at least they brought him back 3 times. So had like something, right? I don't know.
I swear there's some guys on this roster that have got some secret documents, that are allowing them to hold
Will
their
Harris
spot.
being one of them. Will Harris got indecent photos of Miss Sheila or something. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, they got something on the Lions to be on the team. Yeah, I agree. Something going on there.
So this is going to be interesting. We've got a lot to look forward to over the next 3 days. So guys, we'll be watching closely. We're going to update you on Wednesday night here at the Prowl Nation Roar. I want to thank all of y'all for supporting us today. We're going to get into some final thoughts. I want to thank everybody who's on the Wall of Fame, the gold members, the silver members. I don't have your names in front of me tonight, but I will make sure that you guys get your shout outs on Wednesday. We're just kind of premiering this and playing with this a little bit to kind of see what we can do with it. But thank you, LL, for coming on and share your thoughts. And Brian, thank you for coming on tonight to share your thoughts. So Brian, can you give us your final thoughts here really quick? We're looking forward into mandatory minicamp.
Well, hey, I'm just glad to be on the first show. I wanted to check it out, and I really appreciate all your comments, LL, and you, the Queen of the Prowl. You guys are totally awesome, and I look forward to the show. Going on and on and on, and hopefully we can get some more people on, on the panel, here live. And hey, it's totally awesome. Look forward to the next show.
Yep, we're gonna roll it just like it's Free for All Friday. We want to roll in Jim's vision, for a community to get together. So, LL, can you share your final thoughts with us tonight?
Yes. Of course. Shout out to everybody who was a part of Detroit Lions on the Prowl. I came on very late. I probably had the least, two offer, but I'm glad y'all let me come on to offer. Shout out to you, Miss Val. Shout out to Brian for being on with us. But of course, shout out to my dog Kurt and Coach Mike, man. That's who we've been doing that thing with for a while. So, shout out to them guys. But of course, y'all tune in, show us some likes, give us some comments and stuff. I'm certain we'll get all of that stuff figured out. But come on, stay with us as the season picks up. So we'll, things around here as well. So welcome and thank y'all for being here. Happy Monday. Go have a great day. Go if you stay on the water, go fishing, enjoy your summer, do whatever it is because it's gonna be cold soon.
Yep, and like I like to say that a lion is only as good as his pack, and we here at Proud Nation have the best pack across all of YouTube. You guys are the absolute best. We want to hear you roar. If you're watching this on the replay, put your comments about, what minicamp concerns do you have coming up over the next 3 days, and we'll share your comments live on the next show, which will be Wednesday night at 7:00. So make sure you stay tuned. And of course, like Kurt says, we're going to give him a little bit of play. You got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version that you can be. And of course, we love you, Jim. Roar, Lions Nation, roar.